signal in the noise. A 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 signal in the noise.
Hey everybody, you're listening to Big Blend Radio with Lisa and Nancy, and I'm telling you, you just heard Signal in the Noise. It's the first single off the new album Body Machine by the Swedish-based band Priest. The album is being released through Cleopatra Records out in LA on July 15th, 2022, and you're going to want to go get it. You can go to their website, priestnexus.com, and we're super excited to have the lead vocalist, Mercury, on the show with us all the way from summery, sunny Sweden. So welcome to the show, Mercury. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Lisa. Nice to be on your show. I heard you're in Kansas City today.
For today, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yes,
Hope
it's
it's not
warm.
as hot as it's a little warm. Yeah, it's great to be here, and we're super excited about the new album. And we're so stoked to finally release it after a little delays, and also stoked to have like a great record label as Cleopatra backing us up here. And we're just it's a nice time to be a musician and have an album like this awaiting. It's exciting times.
For me to discover your music, thank you, John, over there. I got to give a shout out to him. He's always sending us good music. And actually, by the time this airs, we'll be on the road to Maryland. So we're always traveling. So I'm going to be listening to this but I might get its ticket because it's that kind of music that you can get yourself in trouble with. But I grew up with Depeche Mode being such a huge part of my life. And I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's taken the torch and run with it in a different way. You guys are definitely your own sound. But how many people talk to you about Depeche Mode? Because you just don't hear music like this anymore, you know?
Yeah, well, we thought it was very fun to try it out, do a reboot back in 2017. Not many bands. There was this synth wave, of course. Bands started out in the late 00s, and the synth wave acts. But we wanted to do it not do the modern touch of it. Maybe just take it back and start with the old synthesizers. So we actually borrowed and bought some old gear, which we knew Depeche Mode and other guys were using. We didn't have access to rolling tapes in studio, so we recorded on computer, but we tried to stay within the process very true to how you might been recording at the time. And of course, growing up with Depeche Mode as well, you can't go, you can't do the music without connecting to them in one way or another. So it's it was a fun thing to do, and I think many bands followed, especially in Sweden and otherwise. There's been some upswing for retro sounding synth acts, I think, the late couple of years. So hopefully we have a part in that.
Because what I think was so cool about your album is that it is dark. It does go, but there's something about this kind of music that does things to your brain. I don't know how to explain this, but it kind of has, there's the little pops and the beats, and there's just something that kind of wakes up the brain and gets you to use it. It's we remember music, you feel it, right? So you have the emotion and the feeling, and it's got a very warm feeling for deep, dark music, right? But it's got this warm vibe to it. So I think you've captured that feeling of what it was done on tape, you know?
Yeah, thanks. And that's warms my heart to hear you say that, because it's of course we're steeped in dark music, but also pop music. And I mean, in Sweden, most of us enjoy our pop music, as you do in other countries as well. You know, the US, UK.
Yeah.
But we're not trying to pull your the buttons on your emotions too much, because to make it obvious what you should feel. Instead, we might take our expression down a bit and let you, as a listener, decide what you want to feel. Maybe so we don't like to write on the nose exactly this is how you feel and this much. We're doing this really now. It's screaming like fuck you. No, oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
You can do whatever you want. It's okay. Listen, we've got to use whatever we can get away with it these days in America. You got to go with it before they take it away.
Sorry, I didn't think. But it's more interesting to just keep it. You know, it's a lot of emotions, but just contain it a bit and let the listener have more freedom in your deciphering the music
because it is your own thing. You know, it's a co-creative. Music is co-creative, and the album, and then watching the videos. Holy cow! You guys don't just put out a video; you put out like an epic production, which I just, a signal in the noise. Number one, even the lyrics and the title of that, I kind of feel like we need that now, because times are dark and people want to, you can't play happy, happy, joy, joy when there's all kinds of craziness in the world, but signal in the noise gives hope.
Thank you. And also the title says, in today, when you're flooded with different media, the cell phones, whatever you see, the commercial, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to make yourself seen, and everybody wants, it's nothing wrong with it. But to navigate through it, it can be difficult to not get lost in different stuff. So it's important to make up your own mind, and what do I want to consume? What's important to me or you, and try to find your own way through all this noise, and also when it's horrible stuff going on in the world, how to deal with it. And it's easy to get lost and just to use, like, nothing bad about Netflix or whatever, but you get lost in other stuff you don't want to think. It's like wake up a bit and find your own what's navigating you, what's important to you.
I think that's also what's good about your music. Like I said, that it does make your brain work a little. And I think it kind of just sparks that, oh, I forgot I had that side of it's just weird, because if you think of your brain with a bunch of nerves and they're all like electric, that's how it feels to me listening. It's like, okay, woo, I didn't know I had that part of the brain. And we need to use our brain and have those feelings there and feel those little snaps and pops. And I know that sounds weird, but it is, they're still hard. Your videos, you got like those masks. What are, like, seriously, how do you enjoy? Did you actually wear these masks, or is it all done, digitally?
We wear these masks. It was created in a computer environment at first by a really good CGI designer called Tom Walton, who works with big games like Mass Effect and big movies like Hellboy and stuff. But he did the groundwork for it. Then we had them steeped and made in a plastic, and then it's an original design that we use. It's freaky and it's cool. And it's when you use masks, it's so easy to get it cheesy, so it's you have to be very thorough and really listen to your gut feeling when you're working with the visual stuff. So the last thing you want is to get laughed at, or what. I don't care if people laugh, of course. No,
you can't laugh at that. No, because then you feel like you'll get possessed or something if you laugh.
Yeah, and if you feel yourself that I believe in this, It takes a long time to do a new setup of masks and costumes. It's almost the same time as it takes to record a new album. So
right.
Now we're actually recording 3 albums: the Body Machine 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to use the same masks.
Cool.
So then we can focus more on the music and give you like a trilogy of this dark, moody.
But they
music,
said somebody, I think it was one of the press releases says it's like it's a music, like music for the occult, and I'm like, cool. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know? So I mean,
we've
got to go on the other side. You can't just stay on one side of beliefs and light all the time. So I like that.
Yeah, we can go. You can go that route, but we released another album called Cyberhead, like in 2020, which was like a little under the radar album, a little more poppy. But if you listen to that album, you can clearly hear like almost some gospel influences, like brighter stuff. So it's we're not saying we're going darker. We want to keep all the doors open. If you read the Holy Scripture and the Bible, of course, there's nasty things happening in there as well. That's right on in written. So we're not trying to say we stand for this or that. We want to explore it as anybody would want. So with that said,
creative
we don't
expression.
Know.
Yeah,
exactly. And now we're going darker because it's a theme on the Body Machine records and on the new record Body Machine. It's a darker theme, a dystopic theme, if you like, and that's what we're exploring now. And maybe after that, we're gonna explore something else, maybe the afterlife in different incarnations, or something like that. So we're trying to we have different chapters that we gonna deliver.
I like that though, because your background also comes like heavy metal and everything, like rock music, and so you're going from Ghost, when you guys were with Ghost, and you think, I don't think life is too short to just do one thing, and musically I think you get stagnant, and you shouldn't be like actors that get typecast and they only do this kind of thing. Eventually it's like it's boring. You've got to life is there's just so much creativity to explore and themes and that's what I think so cool about your music and how you do the videos, being like Techno Girl. That's a crazy good movie video too. That's amazing.
We're so proud of that one. It's and then thank you everybody involved, and also big thanks to Brian and all the guys at Cleopatra that took the initiative to get it done. And we're so proud of that video. It's super cool, and it's perfect, spot on what we are about, because we are cyberpunk. We're steeped in it, and the popularity of the game Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, that's super cool. But we've been consuming it since the 90s, so we really know about it. And when we saw the video, how it was made. It's right. It's perfect, and I hope it was a really nice production and everything. And I hope we can get even deeper into that theme in the future. But it's a superb video. It's our best,
I was like, that is cool. And hey, we've got to say that Mel Gibson is using.
We
got to talk about the Gibson. Mel Gibson and Hot Seat.
Actually still pinch my arm because it's surreal being like from a small town in Sweden, start a band, and then of course been in Ghost before, but that was something else. But then starting up on your own again, and you not really know what's going to happen or anybody going to like this, but and then get an opportunity like this, it's like, whoa. It's crazy. So, and we're so glad and thankful for it, and also big thanks to Cleopatra that have good connections, but we also looked into the movie, what's it is about. It's like a cyber thriller with bombs. Mel Gibson is in a bomb squad. They're gonna infiltrate a building. I don't know exactly the plot. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna see it on release day 1st of July. But it's right in line with what we are about, like hacking, cyber stuff. It's the imagery we can stand for. So it was a perfect match, and we're stoked about it. And everybody go see it 1st of July. We're gonna be benched.
Signal and the Noise is being used in the trailer for the movie, which is cool. You know, all the cyberpunk too. Like I grew up in South Africa, and so we had that vibe. You know, so like you know, and late 80s and early 90s came over here. And Depeche Mode was really big, and just there's punk was always big in my life, you know, and even living in England was when we did that. It was like because it's very connected to Europe, right? The music, all the albums came out of Europe for South Africa and Australia and versus America. So when it got to America, I was like, what the hell is this? What's going on, right? And I mean, I discovered really good music here too. I mean, the music, I don't care where you go in the world, there's good music, right? And Depeche Mode, I didn't hear as much. And then I moved to a town in California, San Diego, and I had a lot of friends who Native American, and they were all into Depeche Mode, and Depeche Mode had just started going back on tour.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, I found my friends.
It's so nice to make connections via a band when you have the same interest, like if you're into a band, and the friendships you can make there among fans, they can be lifelong bonds you get there. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. And are you coming to the States? Are you coming here?
We're working on it. We have to get some infos for the visas in order, but we're working and we're getting over, and it's planned. I don't say too much if I say it's planned. I can't promise 100% because we don't actually, but we're on it, and it's gonna be in October.
Cool. Because you've been touring Europe right now, right? You're still touring Europe.
Yeah, and we're gonna do some more touring in Europe this summer after album release, and we have some gigs before the album as well, like to promote it. But then it's US time, and it's about time because we waited too long to get over. It's and you know it's the dream to get over to the US.
Well, we want to see you guys. I don't know where we'll be when you come here, but if we can see you guys, for sure. You know. Now, listen, are you going to wear the mask?
Put your VIP right away. Just tell us if you can make it. We make. Yeah.
Thank you. That'd be awesome. It would be, because we all miss live music too. But are you going to wear the mask on stage? Do you do that, or only for the videos?
No, it's we do the whole shebang. It's going to be a full-on high octane show you're gonna get. You know, we're ready, we're working hard, and we're gonna give you because if you get over to the US, you better get your shit together, because competition is fierce. You know, it's one of the hardest businesses to be in. It's the show business. So as you know, we're taking it super seriously, and we're gonna give you a show that you won't remember. You know,
you should film it. You should film whatever you do, and then release it, you know, do a live album. That would be cool.
We should. That would be awesome. That's a great idea.
Cleopatra, are you listening?
Are you listening? Let's do it.
Listen, they're good.
I'm sure
we'll make it happen. Label. They're a great label. I think, you know, for musicians, it's really hard to find the right fit. And from all the interviews we've done over the years, number one, they have the best musicians, you know, but the musicians seem to have a good relationship where they're able to breathe and still not be stifled.
The vibe with the guys, Brian and Matt and John, all the guys at Cleopatra is really good. So we feel very safe, and I'm sure we're gonna have our long relationship with them. We're very thankful and glad to be working with them. And
it's cool. Body Machine's got 3 parts, like, you know, so there's a trilogy. See, and then there'll be the live album, and then because of your other albums, we're gonna have to, you know, New Flesh, Cyberhead. You're gonna have to do like a whole box set thing.
We're gonna do. That's a great idea, and of course, in the future, that's what you do, right? And then we also might put in some extra goodies in there, like some demos, maybe some unreleased tracks, or like tracks that
Bonus.
wasn't some bonuses, which
We
we all love.
bonuses.
I love commentary tracks. I actually heard like a commentary track on a Pet Shop Boys record where they talked through the songs. The song was running in the background and they were talking about how it was recorded and stuff. So we might look into and you know, with movies you have commentary tracks with directors and stuff. But to do it with the music album, it's an interesting idea as well, and something you can do in a box set for those who are interested. I know it's only the nerdy ones that's gonna go and listen to
the
that,
Beatles did that. The Beatles, like, if you listen and like Fleetwood Mac, the original Fleetwood Mac, like old school, like the blues, right? Not what it is today. You could listen to their old recordings and you had like John Mayall and Peter Green, the guitarist, in there and stuff. Like, you could hear them recording going, no, scrap this, that's bull, this is good. And you're, as a music lover, you want to hear every little you want all the
I suck it up like a sponge, when I hear stuff like that. It's like, because if you're into recording, if you're into doing that stuff, it's not the only reason, but if you are into it, it's like, I want to know how they did it. How did they make that fucking?
And you can hear the difference when they start to record and not, like, you can hear the sound difference. It's like, this, and then they'll do a little thing, and then now they're recording. You're like, and then it stops.
Exactly, and then we copy it, and then we do it ourselves and try to copy it in the studio. How did the snare sound get that thick? Okay, we did.
Do you guys don't create? Like, you listen to the rhythms and everything. It's crazy what you guys are doing. Do you go and record different sounds and kind of program them out to do things? Like, are you always listening for different things you can put in there?
Yeah, with the rhythms, we tried not to get too into like sequency, straight on the beat-ish, like much musicians do. And I love that too. But we try to make a little off the beat, like a little more rhythmical, and maybe we play it ourselves without quantizing it, without making it go right into the grid. So we keep the little, more alive. Small tricks like that can make a production sound more like alive.
That's why it's warm. That's why you have that warmth. You really do have a warmth to it.
We're not afraid of using like, if we want to use African drums in one song, we do it,
Cool.
We're not like have any boundaries, like what can we do or not? Because if you go into a genre, there will be like your purist people like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
You cannot be cyberpunk and purist at the same time. That doesn't work.
Exactly. No. So we're just trying to keep our minds open when we work and just to make it interesting for us. But also not forget the heritage, from Depeche and all the 80s stuff. So we try to make a blend. And I think we're going to hear it more in the future, where we're going to go a little more distance and make maybe a new ground, break some new grounds. We try to do it. We know we can't be cutting edge all the time. Nobody can, but we're going to try for it. We're gonna try to give you something that feels fresh and new all the time.
I love that. I love sounding. Because I think what I say about the warmth is that it's approachable. You are approachable when the listening experience, the videos. It's because it can get there's a line that sometimes with music, where this kind of music, where it can get too cold. And if it's too cold, then you lose the connection, that spark, that emotion part. And just because it's cyberpunk and synth and, electronic does not mean that you don't have feeling or emotion. If you don't have feeling and emotion in there, it's gone. There's no music.
Exactly. It's super important to keep the vividness, the aliveness of it. And of course, if you listen to a band like Kraftwerk, like, it's super cold. You can on the surface, but when you really listen, they are funky as it's so danceable, like they are so so it's like if you combine it, the funkiness or whatever you want to call it, it's like with the coldness, there's where something happens. And then I think that's the highest form. If you can get it right, I'm really enjoying listening to stuff like that. So it's we just try to make our best. It's
got to transport. You got to get people on the magic carpet, then take them for a ride. but something has to get them on the carpet, because
we're gonna get them on
scared of new music too. I don't know why. Some people are just so used to listening to the same thing, and I'm like,
yeah, nostalgia.
I want new music's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I understand people want to listen to Bob Dylan all the time. I love Bob Dylan myself, but
I love Bob Dylan.
Yeah. So, but it's also like, some people they only listen to Dylan, Springsteen, and some more, and then they like rotating the records over and over again. Nothing wrong with that, but you get a more narrow view.
Is that what it's like on this side? We travel, so we always try to listen to local radio stations in this country. It sucks. They keep playing the same thing, and if you cross the county line, they'll start playing the same songs over. So it's like they're buying playlists, and it's the same, top 40 from the 80s. Like, it's like we're safe, and it's not like we don't like those songs, but by the time you've crossed the country, you hate them. It's like, I'm sick of Hotel California. It's a very well crafted song, but it's an extremely good song. But if you hear it, you can hear the best song in the world. If you hear it too many times, but
it's not going to do it for you.
Like your
I love Enjoy the Silence with Depeche Mode. I love the song. I love it, but I can't listen. Yeah, it's overplayed.
Yeah, it's overdone. But they need to. I think terrestrial radio needs. In some places, when you go to college towns, then you'll hear.
Yeah, but in college radio, college radio are more like more daring, and they pick up stuff. And we've been played on Swedish college radio, for example. Not so much in the regular radio, but college radio always picks up our stuff, and also other great artists which you normally wouldn't hear on mainstream radio. So I hope and think we can. I think with this record we have some potential, have mainstream potential, but in the next record we think we actually gonna have more because now when you listen to the really top-notch Billboard #1 hits like The Weeknd, you can clearly hear like 80s synth in there.
It's come back. It is come back. The 80s of because every decade we have to go back, to go forward. It's a cycle. It's energy does not die, and music is energy to me.
Cyclic. Yeah, it's like cyclic. It's you go reboot.
And you got to go back. In the 80s, it feels like even clothing. Now, if we all start wearing weird shoulder pads again, I'm out. But
that's a good idea.
I don't know. No. But it's interesting, and just even like listening to the music now, I'm hearing like they're sampling songs from the 80s, and I'm like, oh God, you'll hear one person's song and they'll have 10 songs from the 80s in there, and I'm like, okay, get your own stuff now, But now I want to talk about Blacklisted. I know we're going to close with that. It's your newest single.
Yeah.
Blacklisted. Are you going to do a video for that too?
We're not planning to do a video for Blacklisted. It was a single right now, but you know why? Because we're going to release another single on album release day called Nightcrawler, and we have made a video for Nightcrawler. So Blacklisted, unfortunately, we don't have the time and resources right now to do the video. But I think the song speaks for itself. It's I think it's a common subject. It can connect, especially I think in the States. The title came up when I read like an old film noir-ish graphic novel called Fade Out by and it's about the old, it gets, when you get blacklisted, of course it's like you cut out of some environments when you work, especially like in Hollywood and stuff like that. So I think it's got a connection to the US but it's also it's here in Sweden. You can get a feeling of being shut out if you have the wrong.
Get ghosted to bring up your past, huh? Get ghosted.
Exactly. You said it. And it had been Ghost was a band that was really successful very fast. Everybody pulled them up, from nothing, and suddenly they were huge. With Priest, we had have struggled a lot more because doors were, instead of open, they were like closed, so we had a lot of opportunities not happening. So because of that, I'm not I'm not name dropping here, but everybody who would listen to this knows what happened. So, and it's happened a lot of stuff. So, but we're happy to like break through. We didn't give up. We're here.
That's
we're
awesome.
Yeah,
you gotta do your thing, man. You gotta do your thing, no matter what. Even Blacklisted is like, you get blacklisted for anything that anybody decides at some time, you know, whether or not it's true. It's like, you know, when you live in a small town, they'll make up gossip about you, whether or not you've done something. So you might as well go give them something to gossip about. And then you go around the corner and do something they won't know about, you know.
Exactly. So you have to be smart. You have to play your cards as good as you can, you know. But I think everything like this is like, it was like, you know, Francis Ford Coppola were shooting Godfather. They were against having Pacino, you know, and it was like hell. The first 3 weeks were hell doing that movie. But then they saw the scene, the restaurant scene when he shoots the head of. And after that, everybody, all right, I think we got a hit here. So
and anybody wakes up with a horse head in their bed, you're in trouble.
Exactly, and that was no. No.
Well, I hope you guys come out here. I really hope you guys do come out here, and that we do get to connect up and see, because you just, you know, watching the videos, listening to the album, you get sucked into it. It's like I said, you go on that magic carpet ride. It's a cyber carpet ride, right? So we can be Aladdin in space. Cyber carpet ride.
I couldn't say it better myself. So if you're listening out there, you guys, go get it on July 15th.
July 15th. July 15th, everyone. And listen, before you go, if you had the opportunity to go to space and perform the songs from the album, would you do it?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Without any doubt.
Okay, and then
playing weightless would be like,
oh, that would be cool.
That would be awesome. And but I want the whole crowd to be up there as well, floating around in a big spaceship. So
could you? But you know, they have all those cruises.
We'll do it.
You know how they have cruises, like the blues cruises and the prog rock those cruises out to sea. That's how the spaceship needs to be, like a bunch of people on a party going up. Like there should be concerts as you're going to space, right?
I'll try to get a meeting with Elon Musk.
You do it. He is an alien, don't you think? He's an alien. He's an alien for sure. He's got to be. Look at his face. He's alien. Like he is.
Definitely.
And David Bowie. He's alien.
They probably, because it's still playing. The Tesla car is still playing Space Oddity, right? The circling. He sent up the Tesla in orbit around the Earth, just playing Space Oddity by David Bowie.
Ground control. I love it. You know, it's Major Tom is up there, and Elon Musk is just beaming up. That's all he is. He's just got to go home. Like, but that's the thing. I think with music like yours, it does expand our minds. And to the infinity, the infinite possibilities that are out there, right? And that's what's great about your music. Yeah,
it is infinite, and the possibilities are infinite if we make them so. If we believe it,
I do.
As soon as we start not believing that, then
then we suck. Yeah,
exactly. So keep your minds open and if you believe in something, fulfill it. You know, you always have the power within you to just go get it. You know, and be focused, work hard. You know, it's gonna get. Yeah.
And listen, I love all your names in the band. Mercury, Sulfur, that's good. Sulfur, come on, you had to do that, right?
Yeah. It's actually like symbols like the Tria Prima. It's like water. Old alchemists that think the world is like built on different. Yeah, so we had those 4 elements in Ghost, and with a 5th one called Ether, then directly connected where the Tria Prima, the symbols we use. So we just said we are connected. We're not doing the same music, but we are from the same city. We are from the same. We've been in the same band, you know. So we are connected. We're not try to hide that. So we just went for it, and It's fun. We didn't want the party to end, you know. It's fun to have masks and playing theatrical bands. That is just so
it's fun.
It's too fun to quit, you know.
Look at
to
Kiss.
Continue it.
Look at Kiss and their makeup, you know, and the big shoes. I mean, I don't know how they get out there in those shoes, man. I'd fall down. There's no way. It's not
a lot
happening.
of practice behind that.
I know, right? You look at that, you're like, holy crap, they're really doing that, you know. But it's fun. It's fun, and we need more of that in life. But Mercury, thank you for joining us, everyone.
Thank you, Lisa.
Nexus.com is the website. The album Body Machine comes out July 15th through Cleopatra Records. And now we're going to close with Blacklisted. Don't get blacklisted. And if you do, I have to watch my language.
Listen to this song and don't get blacklisted and do your own thing instead. You don't have to play by the other guys' rules. You can have your own rules, you know?
Yeah, don't listen to the rules ever. Nobody needs to listen to any rules, you know? So there it is.
That's true.
Because, that's just backwards mentality. Screw that. So anyway, here it is, everyone. Blacklisted. Thanks so much, Mercury.
Thank you.